به نام خدا سلام عرض میکنم
In the
بینندگان
name of
عزیز.
God. Hello, dear viewers. I apologize if you still notice signs of my recent eye infection and absence in my face or voice. I hope it's not bothering you. I'll keep it brief today and share a few points to help us stay consistent with our educational discussions. There are friends who follow the programs daily and want to dedicate at least a few minutes of their day to topics that can be useful in their lives, and I don't want us to lose that connection. So I'll keep it very short and to the point. I'm talking about this, and my question is why some people, you've probably seen them, maybe even you're one of them, look younger than they actually are. Like if you ask them how old they are or find out their age, they say it and you think, wow, no way, you don't look that old at all. So why is that? There are a few reasons, and I'm going to break them down for you in a clear way. Look, friends, when you meet these people, the first thing you often notice is that they have an unbreakable spirit. What do I mean by that? It means they manage their stress. Don't think those people don't have stress in their lives. Everyone has stress, challenges, problems. But the ones who know how to handle stress become unstoppable. They have the mindset to manage whatever comes their way. These people don't let failures, life's pressures, and the struggles we all face break them inside. They recognize stress. They understand where it's coming from, but they don't drown in it. They control it. For example, someone who's gone through a divorce. Divorce brings some really tough challenges. It happens. Someone who's divorced, or say someone who's gone through a business bankruptcy, they see it and come back to start again. They say, yeah, I messed up once. I made the wrong choice, had a bad spouse, a bad partner, picked the wrong business and failed. But I'm not stopping here. They get back up, start over, maybe a new job, a second marriage, rebuild their life, and begin creating a happy life. This is what it means to have an unbeatable spirit. These are powerful people. The second trait that makes someone look younger actually makes their face look younger than their age. Alright, usually people like this aren't afraid of change. They go with the flow. Instead of clinging to the past, they learn to shape new experiences. Their minds are really flexible. They can adapt to new situations. For example, think about a 55-year-old or someone my age who just started learning a language or picked up a new sport. That person is definitely younger in spirit than someone who says, nah, I'm too old for this. This age isn't for doing stuff like that. So you can be sure those two people at 55, older people, the first one chasing a second language says it's too late for me. The first one definitely looks fresher, definitely younger, definitely more energetic, and usually lives longer. The third point is that these kinds of people have really curious minds. They don't stay still. They ask questions. They want to learn, to understand deeper. They seek higher understanding. They go on adventures that don't wear them out and don't want a repetitive life. You've seen some people who age really fast. When you look into their lives, you see how repetitive it is. For 20 years, every single day has been a copy of the day before. No variety, no trips, no changes, nothing. They create a little safe space for themselves and keep copying it over and over. The thing is, these get worn out quickly because their minds aren't curious. The fourth sign is that these types don't suppress their feelings. Bottling up emotions breaks people down fast. If they're sad, they cry. If they're happy, they laugh and enjoy themselves. If they're upset, they talk about it with a trustworthy person, a counselor, someone who really understands. They know this person is safe, someone they can open up to and let it all out. But you've got to be careful with this part. I've talked about it a lot before. I reminded them that you shouldn't deal with someone who's not qualified or capable because that just adds one problem on top of another. But being flexible and not suppressing your feelings is super important. The fifth thing is that these kinds of people are usually really careful with who they hang out with. They don't just get close to anyone. They surround themselves with positive people. They pay attention to their environment and the people around them so they can choose wisely. They don't get bothered by negative people much. They're like, man, this person just wants to bring me down and drain my energy. When you take it in, you catch its freshness, and when you catch its freshness, you actually age it. The people you see looking lively, they might be older, but they're really close to their grave compared to a fresh 30-year-old. That's one big reason why they look so worn out. They know that being around someone who's always complaining or constantly tired just ages you. But when you hang out with people who laugh, who have hope, who are always in a good mood and standing tall, it's different. I've seen people in the worst war conditions, in the middle of the battlefield, actually laugh right there, even when their life is on the line. Right there. He jokes around, but then you see he's full of energy. There's a person who's miles away from any war issues, only caught a faint breeze of the news. When this person breaks down, they retreat into themselves, lost in thought. Surely this kind of person breaks down earlier than their age. Their face looks older. The sixth sign is that these types live with love and purpose. Dear friends, we often don't realize how important love is. Loving means having a reason to wake up and do something today, something that gives real meaning to your life. Someone who loves their work, who starts life with a clear purpose, even if they're 60, 65, or 70 years old, people like that are super energetic and really enjoy life. The last thing about them is that they have this important ability. They let go of the past. They don't hold grudges or stay stuck in old bitterness. They say, come on, let it go. It happened. They don't dwell on regrets or past mistakes. Instead, they learn from them to make a better future. For example, if someone's been betrayed by their spouse or failed in business, what should they do? Should they just sit there beating themselves up, feeling sad and crying for years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, wasting their life? Or should they pull themselves out of it and move on? It takes a fresh breath and says, I'm strong, and starts chasing a proper life. It lets go of the past, whether it's leaving a relationship or shutting down a business, but it doesn't stop. It keeps going. This is super important because many people live stuck in their past. They age faster than their actual years, like they're 40 but look and feel like they're 50 or even 60. You can see it on their face. They look worn out. So yeah, this really matters. I hope this video has given you some good signs to look out for and helped you realize that our mindset is everything. How we deal with our problems, our feelings, the people around us, having a purpose in life, and letting go of the past are the key things that keep some people looking and feeling way younger than their actual age. I hope you, dear lady and gentlemen, are part of that group. Take good care of yourself. Look after your mind and soul. Physical health and mental well-being are deeply connected. Remember, no one is stronger than you to protect yourself. Wherever you are, I wish you all the best. Thanks for liking the video. Please share your experiences, especially about this topic. Are you one of those people? Which group do you belong to? People whose faces look older than their age, or the opposite? And whichever group you're in, how do you see the reason for that in your own life? Your comments will be valuable experiences for those reading them. Please share the channel link with others. If you prefer to follow the discussions in English, check out our English channel. The link is above. Best regards, Amirmehrdad Khosravi.